eBay sellers, and welcome to my new video series, Knowledge is Power. In these videos, I'll give you some content that can help your eBay business. There's a lot to learn about eBay selling. In fact, I'm overwhelmed with the amount of information out there, and sometimes I find it difficult to choose my next topic. If you have never experienced my teaching style, here's your chance. I have heard from students over the years, since I started the Premium Library in 2018, that they like my teaching style because I break the information down into easily digestible pieces. Sometimes I use costumes or pop culture to make a point, and that just makes the videos more fun, and learning does not have to be boring. It can be fun. So that's my mission. Most of the content is evergreen, meaning it was true at the time the lesson was made and will continue to be true in the future, other than the Tara Peak research. The prices may fluctuate, but the general idea will hold true in the future. There are now close to 600 videos in the Premium Library, and that adds up to 155 hours of education. These videos include different kinds of lessons to show you the different types of content. And if you've never sampled the Premium Library, there's information about a free trial below. If you decide the Premium Library is not for you, no problem. Just message me and I will delete your account. This is a no pressure situation. I don't like being hounded when I cancel a subscription or a membership, so I'm not going to do that to you. I'm a teacher, not a salesperson, so I have made this information available to you. You can try it, you can sample it, and then you decide if you want to move forward. Okay, we're going to start with samples of what I call bulletins. These are short videos, usually 5 to 10 minutes. I post them twice a month to update you on what's happening in the world of reselling. And starting in 2023, I'm including a BOLO that I have recently learned, because when I learn these, I'm pretty excited about them and I want to share them with you so that everybody can make more money. This really is a situation of you don't know what you don't know. And I hear that all the time. In fact, that's my goal with teaching, is to get feedback that says, hey, I didn't know that. That means I'm doing my job. I will give you the dates of this content for a couple of reasons. First, to show you that, yes, the content is evergreen. And that's important because you don't want to waste your time learning about fads and trends that don't last. If you're going to invest your time into learning, you want it to be about topics that will be true forever. Also, I want you to see what you've missed. Some of this content goes back a couple of years. So if you had learned it then, you would have known it all along and you could be making more money. So here are a couple of examples of bulletins. Hi, eBay sellers. We're underwater this week in honor of my amazing sale. Did you like that little intro with the Jaws motif? So let me explain what that's about. I found the Ikea 3-foot shark in the Plush section for $3. And he sold in less than a day for full asking price of $50. And I had so much fun staging him because I couldn't find a great place to take a picture of him. So I put him in the bathtub and that worked out well. So I thought in honor of that sale, we would have an underwater themed bulletin this week. So if you want to go grab your life vest or your goggles or your mask and snorkel, you pause the video and go get it. And you can be underwater too. Okay. Anyway, I'm going to give you your bulletin. The podcast was with my daughter, Melanie, talking about her unplanned eBay journey and her unintentional eBay career. So if you are a young person or you know a young person who really doesn't fit the mainstream mold of high school, college, traditional job, you might appreciate Melanie's story because it wasn't easy for her, but she ended up on top and loves eBay, and she ended up in exactly the right place for her. And on YouTube, I posted the popular $100 supersize sales video. So check that out if you have not watched it yet. Always educational and fun. Also, in honor of Jaws, the first installment of the Plush course is ready. If you haven't delved into the world of Plush, you will be ready and armed with all kinds of knowledge to do that very soon. So make sure you check out that new course. Okay, that is your underwater update for the week. I feel like I need to go eat a fish sandwich or a basket of shrimp or something. Thanks for your membership. I appreciate you, and I will see you next week. Have a great week on eBay and reach out anytime you need me. Bye.
Time to make the donut. The donut.
It isn't easy owning a Dunkin'
Time to
Donuts.
make the donut.
Because unlike most supermarkets, we make our donuts fresh day and
But
night.
the guys who make supermarket donuts are still in bed. Plain donuts aren't enough. 5 kinds.
Of course, when you make donuts this good, there is one reward.
Honey dip.
They taste so great.
Good morning, folks.
People buy an awful lot of them.
Hey, premium members. Today is November the 5th, 2021, and it's National Donut Day. I am not dressed up as a character. I am just dressed up as a person who likes a donut every now and then. How many of you remember that Dunkin' Donuts commercial from the 80s? That is a classic. Okay, so now that we have donuts out of the way, let's get into your weekly bulletin. First thing I want to go over is what I posted online this week. And my podcast was with Mark, who has a degree in theatrical design. So he's very savvy about what kinds of props production companies will buy on eBay. I posted my October sales update video on YouTube. I had an outstanding month, and I don't know why. I didn't really do anything different. So check out that video, see what I sold. Okay, the next thing I want to go over is the thing that happened on October 12th. There's a lot of hype and gossip and speculation in the eBay community this week about sales dropping off on October 12th, and something must have happened. eBay did something. Well, yeah, they actually did. And this was in the September fall seller update that came out on September 17th. And just a reminder, I'm showing you the kinds of updates I include in the bulletins. So yes, this did happen a while back, but again, it's an example of the type of content you'll get because I'm always doing my best to keep you informed of important changes. The reselling world moves very quickly, and sometimes you get left behind if you aren't big on social media or you don't have eBay friends that tell you this information. That's what this is about. So if we go to the 2021 Fall Seller Update and then go to Listing and Promoting and scroll down to the section that says New Category Changes to Help Buyers Find Your Items. They explain that there are some item specifics, updates, and reminders. And new, soon to be required item specifics will be available on October 12th. We're adding new item specifics in the below categories. The new item specifics will be required in early 2022 and will be available for you to add as you edit or create new listings starting October 12th. The categories are collectibles and art, jewelry, musical instruments, parts and accessories, and sporting goods. My feeling is that if sellers did not read this update and did not take appropriate actions, then their listings are not showing up in search and there's going to be some problems. So you definitely want to read this update and see what applies to you and take the necessary actions so that your listings and sales are not affected. Okay, the next detail I want to go over is actually a technology tip, because sometimes when members are emailing me with questions, I ask to see their screen. Show me what you're seeing. Send me a screenshot so I can see what you're seeing and then help give you the appropriate information to fix the problem. And I'm getting pictures of your computer that you take with your phone. So that is not a screenshot. It's fuzzy, I can't read them. So you can take a screenshot on your device, your phone, your tablet, your computer. And if you don't know how to do that, just Google how to take a screenshot on whatever device you're using, iPhone, Android phone, iPad, iMac computer, PC, whatever you have, and it will explain what button to push or what combinations of buttons to push so that you can capture that screen and everything is clear. So I'm seeing the screen exactly the way you are. And when you take a screenshot, it goes usually to your desktop, or it might go to your downloads, whatever it is, and then you just attach that to an email and send it to me. So I feel like maybe some of you don't know this because you're just taking a picture of your computer monitor and it's far back and it's fuzzy and I can't really see it. So that is a new fun thing that you have now learned, is how to take a screenshot on the device without using your camera. Okay, and finally, what was added to the premium library this week? We're taking a little break from Plush for a week because I had to do a little house cleaning, and I updated the vacation mode video to time away, which this is an appropriate time to do that with holidays coming up. Maybe you're going to be traveling or have guests or just be too busy, and you want to put your store or your listings on time away. You can review that process if you've never used it before. But one key point is that you don't have to have a store to use time away. Any seller can use it, which is fantastic, because the previous way was vacation mode and you had to have a store for that. So you can check out that video and be prepared to take some time away for you. Okay, that's it for this week. Go eat a donut if you didn't and celebrate National Donut Day. Thank you so much for your membership, and I will see you next week. Have a great week. Bye. Here's an example of a brand spotlight video, because I want you to see how the lessons flow and the kind of information that's included in them.
Hello, premium students. I have an interesting and fun brand spotlight for you. This is about the brand Dunn, which is very popular right now, but also very confusing because some of it is worth a lot of money, meaning one piece could be worth thousands of dollars, but other pieces you can't even sell for 20. So I'm going to break this down and explain the history of this brand so that you'll understand more about the differences in prices, the different pieces, the branding on the bottom of the pieces. And I did a lot of research to put this together because I was confused by this. And I don't pick up every single Ray Dunn that I see, but I do want to know which pieces are more valuable and what to look for because time is money. And you don't want to spend all your time listing items that don't bring much money. So we're going to start off with a video from ABC 30 Action News. This is the best interview with Ray Dunn and really the only one out there. So I do want to attribute this video to the creator, ABC 30 Action News. This was recorded back in 2019, and the retail craze for Ray Dunn started probably in 2017. So this is established, it's out there, and I felt like this brand just needed some more explanation. So let's get into that video. Okay, and some more background on Ray Dunn and what is happening with this brand. This article is from March of 2021 from a site called Retail Dive, and it's talking about finding Ray Dunn. The article says Dunn's minimalistic approach to home goods has a devoted community of collectors who hunt and sometimes compete for her products at off-price retailers. Dunn is an artist and ceramicist in the San Francisco Bay Area whose work is sold at retailers nationwide. The popularity of her products is currently playing into larger consumer trends of increased home goods spend. I think they meant spending. A focus on personal organization and the interior design aesthetic of farmhouse style. So it's simple, it's decorative, and it fits with that whole farmhouse trend. While so much of retail struggled through a pandemic-laden 2020, which has carried through to the new year, meaning 2021, the home category quickly rose to the top. So much of life was suddenly in one place, and people found that they wanted to redo a bedroom, or organize a closet, or simply make their living situation more cozy while everyone was stuck inside. And that's where Ray Dunn's merchandise shines. It's practical enough for everyday use, but it's collectible. It can be found at mass retailers, but it gives off a crafted aesthetic. It's also affordable, and selecting items feels personal because through word choice, products reflect back the buyer's personality. Dunn's products are so beloved that they have generated a community of collectors, sellers, and enthusiasts who can't wait for the next product to drop. The Ray Dunn aesthetic also fits into a larger farmhouse style concept of design, which is currently popular. Modern farmhouse has become so popular because it's a relatable and livable space, said Michaela Crinity, Assistant Director of Trade Services at Urban Country Designs. It feels very relatable to a lot of people. Ray Dunn obviously makes a ton of stuff that has different labels for all the different things that you own. So every place has a home. That's why people love it. So there was a perfect storm in 2020 of people being stuck at home, people wanting to make their living space more appealing because they were in it all day long, and this also being a popular aesthetic with the farmhouse style. And it's minimalist and you can individualize it to yourself. So it was all these factors that made this product even more popular than it was pre-pandemic. Now, if we go to the Ray Dunn website, she has some great information about the markings on the bottom of her work to help you identify when it was made, because we all know that the older something is, the more it's going to be worth. So this is titled Ray Dunn versus Ray Dunn by Magenta. And yes, this goes back to 2009, but there's a reason for that. This is evergreen content. It's not going to change. Her history is not going to change. So here's what she says on her website. I have 2 lines of ceramic wares on the market. This has been somewhat confusing to many people. One line is handmade by me, the other is manufactured. Here is how it all came to be. I began selling my wares 13 years ago, meaning 13 years prior to 2009 when this information was written. So that takes her back to 1996. This meant no molds, no castings, no interns, no employees, no accountants, no help. Just me. Making, glazing, firing, packing, shipping, promoting, accounting. Soon I was selling to 100 stores and working day and night, 7 days a week. I couldn't keep up. There was a dreaded, never-ending to-do list at all times. Serendipitously, meaning by a happy chance, in 2003, Magenta came into my life with the help of Whitney Smith and the factory owner, finding me at the Palo Alto Clay and Glass Festival. This changed and saved my life completely. And so was born Ray Dunn by Magenta. This is a line that I design and make prototypes for. Magenta then has it manufactured in China, markets, promotes, and sells it all across the globe. I barely have to lift a finger compared to what I was doing. This has allowed me the time to focus on just a small, exclusive line of handmade wares that I sell here, meaning click that link, and to a select group of stores. If the piece is marked Ray Dunn, it was handmade by me. If it is marked Ray Dunn by Magenta, it was manufactured by my pals at Magenta. So here's what that looks like. The earliest pieces say Ray Dunn, or they may say nothing to make things even more confusing. Now, fast forward to 2022, there are lots of worthless copies, so don't assume the absence of a logo means it's early Ray Dunn. You can actually go to the Ray Dunn website and find that information, or even ask one of their employees to help you authenticate these items. So don't assume if it's blank and it just has a Ray Dunn look that it is actually early Ray Dunn. And here are some more examples of her early work and what those logos look like. Now, let's go over to Terapeak and look at the market for Ray Dunn. I did a search for Ray Dunn, all conditions, so new and used and everything in between, and it shows 103,000 sold over the last 365 days from over 21,000 sellers. So that is a very busy and healthy market. However, if we look at only the used Ray Dunn, it's significantly less. 13,776 sold from 7,600 total sellers. And I have some commentary on that in just a minute, but let's look at some of these higher dollar sales. And these are the items in used condition. So these are your collectibles. You can see the very top item there sold for $4,605. Wow. The next is a grouping that sold for $4,300, and then a single item, it's a pourer, so it's like a pitcher, $3,888. Then there is a small plate, $3,649, and on down the list. Going to the next page, we are still over $1,000, and you can see one item is repeated a few times. This is a pitcher. Now the bottom says Ray Dunn Artisan Collection, so it's not by Magenta, but it does have the home goods sticker on it, because yes, some of these retail stores sold her early work, and those items are quite valuable. If we look back here, this teapot pitcher sells for $1,800 consistently, if you find that. And then we go on down the list here. We're still over $1,000 on some of these older pieces. And then I put in Ray Dunn coffee mug just to see what that market looks like. And you could see some of these sell for over $500. Now this one looks like a highly coveted design. It just says chirp with a bird, and you can see the bottom there says Ray Dunn Artisan Collection. So this was not made by Magenta. And being the astute teacher that I am, no, I just know what's coming next. You're going to ask, should I go buy a bunch of Ray Dunn new at TJ Maxx and Home Goods now and stockpile them to sell later? Because yeah, some of the valuable pieces were sold at Home Goods and other retailers and may have the store sticker on the bottom. And people are assuming this is going to continue, but you never want to assume. So my answer to this question is no. Retail arbitrage, which is buying something from one market and selling it in another, in this case buying retail, TJ Maxx, Home Goods, and selling on eBay, is a rat race, and you may spend a lot of money on something you cannot make your money back on. Because if these items do appreciate, they won't be really valuable for years. And you have to store all of that, which can be a hassle. So my advice is to focus on finding the older, more valuable pieces in the wild, meaning thrift stores, garage sales, estate sales, Facebook Marketplace, all of that. Also, if you look at the Terapeak data, there are fewer sold in used condition and at higher prices. So there is less competition, which is the perfect storm for selling items on eBay. You want competition to be as low as possible because you have greater chances of selling your item for a higher price. On these new pieces, you don't know what someone paid for any of it. So the new pieces may not be bringing a profit at all. People may have bought it last year and they're trying to sell it on eBay and it's not moving, so they mark it down to what they paid for it or even less, and that shows up in your Terapeak research as a sale. But the missing information is that you don't know how much money someone made on anything that is sold on eBay. All it shows you is the sold price. So I have experienced this when helping other sellers, asking them, what is your profit? What is your profit per item? And either they don't know, or it's very low, or they may be selling at a loss. So don't assume that just because something sells at a high price that that seller's making money. And isn't that why we're doing this, is to make money? So bottom line is that the new stuff, the new Ray Dunn that's in the stores right now may never be valuable. However, the old pieces aren't made anymore and will only get older and more valuable. It's just like the saying, buy land. They're not making it anymore. These older items are definitely limited in supply, which is going to make them appreciate as time goes on. Okay, that's my story and I'm sticking to it. I hope that didn't overwhelm you, but I've been confused by the Ray Dunn market for a couple of years. And, why do some things sell for so much money and other things you can't even give away? So now you know the rest of the story. And as always, I appreciate your comments below. And thank you again for your membership. I'll see you next time. Bye.
Here's an example of a keyword lesson. Again, I want to give you a sample of how this information is put together and what you could be learning. And I really like doing the keyword lessons because the definitions of words aren't going to change unless, of course, they're slang or in the Urban Dictionary, that kind of thing. But you can build your vocabulary, which helps you write better titles, which helps you appear higher in search.
Hi, students, and welcome to another keyword lesson. This video will be posted in both the keyword lesson section and the trends and themes section, because when I got into this researching, I did not realize how popular this is. So it's both a trend and a theme and a keyword. And I know that some students like to work through the material in the premium library by category. So you may just spend an afternoon going through all the keyword videos or whatever section you are drawn to. So I just wanted to say up front that it is in two places. You're not imagining that, but it's both a keyword and a trend and a theme. So what am I talking about? The word is Kawaii. And this was news to me. I just learned this recently. And once I got into researching it, I was kind of shocked that it's such a popular thing. So first of all, the pronunciation is Kawaii, just like it looks. So what is it? It's an adjective and a noun. As an adjective, in the context of Japanese popular culture, it means cute. As a noun, it's the quality of being cute or items that are cute. So that doesn't tell you very much. So let's go to this site called My Modern Met that talks about art and culture, and the article came out January of 2022. This video is being recorded in June of 2022, so pretty current information as far as the internet goes. The title is What is Kawaii? Discover what led to Japan's culture of cuteness. Roughly translated as cuteness, kawaii is one of the most frequently used Japanese words. In a broader sense, it describes the culture of celebrating all things adorable and embracing fictional characters as the embodiment of positivity. Originating as a distinctly Japanese cultural trend, the concept soon evolved into the worldwide phenomenon it is today, spreading through many aspects of modern life, including art, fashion, technology, and even food. The history of Kawaii culture. Japan's kawaii culture is believed to have begun in the 1970s when teenagers developed their own childlike handwriting. Given a variety of names, including Maru-ji, which means round writing, Koniko-ji, kitten writing, and Buriko-ji, fake child writing, the stylized script featured curvy, noodle-like lines next to hearts, stars, and cartoon faces. Some believe that trend was in response to the rigid culture of post-World War II Japan, and that this new cute style allowed the youth of the time to express their individuality. While most schools banned Maruji, the playful style gained popularity among advertisers in the 1980s and led to the invention of one of the most famous kawaii characters of today. Can you guess who that is? In 1974, Japanese stationery brand Sanrio launched its iconic character Hello Kitty. Designed by Yuko Yamaguchi, the super cute white cat with no mouth and a pink bow was first printed onto a vinyl coin purse. Almost 50 years later, Hello Kitty is recognized all over the world, has been placed on countless products, and even has her own themed bullet train. In 2008, Japan named Hello Kitty as their official tourism ambassador, inviting the rest of the world to celebrate the country's proud kawaii identity. So let's go back to the 80s when I was a teenager and spent a lot of time at the mall. We had a Hello Kitty store. So this photo says Sanrio, but the store was actually a Hello Kitty store. And it looked like this. Everything was pink and Hello Kitty. And I could not understand this trend. I didn't understand why people thought this was so cute. I thought it was, for little kids. And I just hated the Hello Kitty store. It just looked like, pink barf. It was just pink cats everywhere. So I was not an early adopter of Hello Kitty. I didn't get it. Okay, moving on. What makes something kawaii? There are many different kawaii characters, but they all have a few things in common. Typically, kawaii characters are designed in a very simplistic style and have big heads, small, compact bodies, wide eyes, a tiny nose, and little or no facial expression. The lack of emotions is actually what makes them so lovable, as it allows viewers to project themselves onto the character, be it a small child or an adorable animal. Okay, so if we go over to eBay and look up this word, there are just over 99,000 of these sold in the last 365 days. And when I was looking through the sold listings, a lot of them did not have kawaii in the title. And that is because if you choose an item specific, you don't have to have that word in the title. The Terapeak / eBay search will find it anyway. So on many listings, you'll see theme is kawaii. That's how well known this is, that eBay has now included that in the item specifics. And it's in many different categories. The kawaii item specific: scrapbooking stickers, women's clothing, other animation merchandise, which is collectibles, stationery, socks, women's bags and handbags, earrings and other jewelry, writing instruments, hoodies and sweatshirts, t-shirts, and on and on. So that's where this turned into a trend and theme and not just a key word, because this is definitely a popular theme across many different categories. So let me show you some items that are considered kawaii. And you may have some of these types of items listed, and you can go back through your listings and either choose the item specific, because now you know this word, or include it in the title, or both. So there's actually a book on kawaii crochet. So that would fall in the books category. And squishmallows are considered kawaii, and some of them have been created especially in the kawaii style. So there's a whole line of them that fall under kawaii. You can see there's animals, there's food, there's made up animals like a unicorn, all kinds of stuff. So if you have any squishmallows, you might want to check those out and see if they would qualify for this keyword. This is big in sleepwear, whether it's pajamas, robes, or these robes and costumes that have this headpiece on them. This is a huge thing in Japanese culture, and a lot of the photos you'll see on eBay will have a female Japanese model wearing the pajamas. So they're really embracing the cultural aspect of this, including Japanese models. Sweaters. You may have some either vintage or non-vintage sweaters that would qualify for this. Take a look at active and completed listings, but use your best judgment, because since this is a popular theme, some people will just overuse it and it's on listings where it should not be. So you want to make sure it's right, because you want the right customer to find your item. And there's nothing more frustrating than doing a search with a keyword and irrelevant listings come up, and it's just frustrating as a shopper when the keywords are not correct, and that's called keyword spamming, and you don't want to do that. T-shirts. Lots of t-shirts with this theme. You can see there the toast have little faces, and the toaster has a face, and it's just a cute theme. Costumes and cosplay. Sailor Moon, which is this character, and Hello Kitty are very popular costumes for everybody. Children, adults that go to different conventions, or just people that like to dress up for whatever reason. So if you have any costumes that would qualify, you can add this keyword. Accessories, way too many to mention, so keep an eye out for those. Coffee mugs and kitchen items that have a fun kawaii theme. You might have some of those. Backpacks, purses, handbags, and not just for kids, but for adults too. Some of these Hello Kitty leather handbags sell for in the hundreds of dollars. There are collaborations between different companies and Hello Kitty to get the products out there. So you might see some of that. Lunch boxes and bento boxes. Go look on eBay at how many of those have sold. That's a very popular thing. And along those lines, kawaii food is very popular. There's an art to making the food look like little kawaii characters. So that's a whole industry. You can do a Google search for that and find all kind of blogs and videos and information on kawaii food. And there are expensive items such as Waterman and Cross pen sets. Hello Kitty recently celebrated the 45th anniversary, so there has been a renewal of this brand, and now the children that enjoyed Hello Kitty are grown-ups that have more money. They can buy more expensive items. So you may not find this at a thrift store, but just be aware that these things are out there because it could show up in front of you at an estate sale or an online auction. I had no clue that Hello Kitty made such expensive items, but they certainly do. And then there are shoes. You can see many different styles: boots, ankle boots, tall boots, sneakers, platform. Mary Janes are very popular, and it was really hard to find examples of shoes that weren't all pink because pink seems to be the dominant color within this theme. But that is not a qualification of being kawaii. It doesn't have to be pink. It just seems like a lot of items are. Okay, that probably isn't all you ever wanted to know about kawaii, but I'll bet you know more than you did a few minutes ago before you watched this video. This was quite an education for me. So just a reminder with these keyword lessons, go back to your listings, take a look at what might qualify and revise them, adding the word to the title, and see if there is an item specific in that category for kawaii, because that will definitely help your listings come up more in search. Thanks for watching, and as always, I appreciate your comments, and I will see you next time. Have a great day on eBay. Bye.
Okay, there you have it, a smorgasbord of samples of the premium library. I want to thank all of you out there who are already members, and I challenge those of you who haven't done the free trial to go ahead and just do it. If you don't like it, no problem, just let me know. I'm not going to pressure you, I'm not going to hound you, and I guarantee you're going to learn something new. Also remember that the premium library comes with a help desk. It's me. I don't hire that out. And you can email me anytime with questions, problems, frustrations, and I will answer you usually within just a few hours. So I am here for you. The objective of my online school is to help educate sellers out there so everybody can make more money. Please comment below if you like this type of video, because if you don't like it, I won't keep making them. If you do like it, I'll make more. Thank you for your time and have a happy day on eBay. Bye, everybody.